Talk with the GOAT, MRI Man. Spread the knowledge. Motivate the people.
I called for help twice, and not a fuck you, what do you need, or nothing.
Yeah, it's MRI Man. We back at it again. It's MRI Man, aka the GOAT, aka MRI Man 3000. 3000 because I scanned 3000 in a year and broke all kind of records up and down the West Coast. You already know, hit the like, subscribe, and we back at it again. And this video is for the OGs, the new techs.
Oh no! They're coming in through the back door! Oh no!
The rookie techs, or you're just sitting on the couch wondering if this is for you, if you want to be a rad tech, if you want to live this lavish lifestyle. You ready? You ready? Anyway, we back. Give it up. Give it up. Yeah. Shout out to everyone that's been supporting me by buying stuff from my Etsy store. I really appreciate that. That's the MRI Man Etsy store. But yeah, man, I've been gone for a while, man. I've been gone. Haven't been able to do my thing, man. I got a new job and I've been commuting to work. Just about an hour, a little bit over an hour drive up and back. But I'm getting them stacks. You hear me? You hear me? And it's time for me to get paid, man. I got a family, I got kids, it's time to get paid, you know what I mean? I wasn't getting the right amount of money for the amount of work I was doing. But yeah, I've been doing great. I don't have a problem driving, commuting. I got the Tesla, it's doing great. And I like listening to podcasts, man. And listening to music. It's cool, it's fine, man. I put it on autopilot, I'm chilling. Every once in a while I'll stop and get some fries from BK. But, it's been going okay. I'm the new guy over here at the hospital. But it's fine. I'm putting in the work. I'm building my name up again. But I wanted to drop this video because I'm getting so many questions. So many questions. How do I do this? What is it like to do that? And I can't respond to all of them. It's like, I can't. So I was like, you know what? Let's drop a video. I'm going to do it old school style. I don't have time to set up my camera. I don't have a studio. It's all raw, man. It's the real MRI Man. And let's get into it, man. I got a bunch of questions and I will get to your questions eventually. So hit me up on Instagram with a question or leave a question down below and I will answer them. Okay. But anyway, let's get into it. First question comes in is talk about K-Space. For real, man. The last time I was in college for MRI, that was like almost 7 years ago. So it's like you trying to talk to me about MySpace, K-Space, outer space, get out my space, get out my face. I don't know about K-Space. Is K-Space even real? Is that even a real thing? It's like, is the Matrix real? It could be. Do I believe in it? Yeah, probably. I hope it's real. But yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm not the physics guy. I'm not. I'm telling you guys, I'm not. I'm the real life guy.
Basically, it is what it is. Magnetic spiral vector, gradients with the shimmy ya, spin lattice, nucleus proton, magnetic parallel, anti-parallel, magnetic perception.
And I thought I wanted to teach MRI and stuff like that, but I don't know. Maybe in the future. There's so many things I want to do. I do like to train people and stuff like that and show them the way, like Yoda. I can take you to a certain level.
Do or do not, there is no try. MRIquiz.com and MRI in practice. Oh, that is something you must study. Learn what you have unlearned. Oh.
And, I just want to be chilling though. But yeah, okay, next one. Let me bring this question up. Is it a smart move to enter an accelerated program with no medical experience or prior certifications? And in my opinion, I think it's okay, but I do highly recommend that you become a phlebotomist. It takes like 2 months to become a phlebotomist, maybe even shorter. It doesn't cost that much, and you get into that, and this gets you into a hospital. This gets you into a clinic. This gets you around more medical professionals, and you start to see like how people move. You start asking questions, making new friends. Hey, what is it like being an MRI tech? What is it like being a CT tech? How much you guys get paid? And that's what I did. I hopped into this. I did medical assistant and phlebotomy. Both great, guys. To be honest with you, medical assistant is not a bad start. It is not. It isn't. And phlebotomy, to me, I love phlebotomy a lot more than medical assistant. That is just my opinion. There are some really great, knowledgeable medical assistants out there, and I really do appreciate them. It just was not for me. I don't like that aspect of it. I like the, drawing the blood and moving in and out, stick and move, and like Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? I was in there, man. I was the GOAT of phlebotomy. You guys don't even know. My style's impeccable. I'm just sticking people in the foot, stick them in the leg. You know what I mean? Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, man, if you're focused enough and you're ready to learn and ready to just, get down with the books and stay focused, yeah, you can do the acceleration program, man. Just be ready. Like it's a lot of work, and you gotta really dedicate yourself, and you might be missing those quinceañeras, and you might be missing those birthday parties, my boy. You can't be out there partying all night. You can't be doing that, man. Can't be blazing it up with the homies, you know what I mean? You got to be blazing through those books, my guy. So it is possible. It is possible. Look into the phlebotomy, because you can do phlebotomy while you do MRI. So you get the phlebotomy license, and you're making a little extra change, and you're getting your step into the medical field. And you start to see how things work, and how, working in the medical field is a lot different than working in retail and working in, a Burger King or in a warehouse. It's a different level of professionalism, and it's a whole nother language. You know what I mean? So by me doing phlebotomy and medical assistant, my transition to MRI was not that bad. I was already good at anatomy. I knew a lot of the language, and I kind of was already in that pro mode. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would say you'll be okay getting in. It's going to be rough, but I do highly suggest, maybe getting that phlebotomy, or maybe try to become a transporter at a hospital while you go to school for MRI. Next question. Where did you study to become an MRI tech? I went to Casa Loma College, which is in Van Nuys. I think they moved to Sherman Oaks. This is in SoCal. And it was a great school, man. Shout out to Casa Loma College. Love that school. Highly recommend it. I almost was going to work there, and it just didn't really work out. But amazing school, man. I had great teachers. I never really had a problem. They gave me everything I needed, and I was really self-driven. And the program director, when I started, she was great. She was motivational and really got me to sign up. Highly recommend it, man. And, yeah, it was a little expensive, but it just worked out for me. I was off Saturdays, so I was like, all right, I can go on Saturday and I can do all these other little classes online. Perfect. I didn't have time to go to this community college and be on a waiting list for 5 years. I just didn't have that kind of time. When you get out of high school, if you're coming out of high school, you may have more time. You know what I mean? You're young. I was young too. I was like, 25, 26, whatever. But, I had kids, and I don't have time to be waiting around for 5 years seeing if I can get into a radiology program, become an x-ray tech, then become an MRI tech. No. I was like, I want to be an MRI tech. So that's what I went for. All right, next question. I work at RadNet as an MRI tech assistant. I'm currently going to school for MRI tech. Thoughts? That's great. I mean, you're doing amazing, man. You should know that. You're a tech assistant. That is great. That is the job that you want to get as you're going to school for MRI tech. You should be a tech assistant. That's the number one. I didn't even know that existed when I went to school. If you have an opportunity to do that, go do that, man. Even if you can be in the front desk at a radiology office, I don't care. Do it, because you're learning, like, you're looking at orders. You're peeking your head in the MRI room. What are you guys working on? Oh, this is cool. Can I help you out? So you're doing great. You're doing great, man. Learn as much as you can, soak it in, take it serious, be professional, and show them that you are interested in MRI and you're interested in getting better every day. Don't do the bare minimum. Do not do the bare minimum. Be professional. When you're talking to these patients, man, be professional. You can do it. All right, going on to the next question. How often do you find yourself doing IVs on patients? Very often, man, especially in the outpatient center, averaging like 20 patients a day. I'm sticking like 9, Sometimes you have a tech that's facilitating, and they will help you start IVs, so you will not be doing that many. In my situation now, I work at a hospital. I rarely start IVs. They all come with IVs because they're inpatients. Some outpatients, we get about 4 outpatients a day. And yeah, I'll butterfly like 2 of them. So I'm doing 2 sticks a day. But you got to remember, I come from a phlebotomy background. So, this is second nature to me, man. So yeah, it's kind of scary. You're sticking someone with a needle for the first time, but it's something you have to just kind of dive in and kind of have a light touch to it, and just know that you're not going to seriously injure anybody, and you're going to get better. I sucked in the beginning. I sucked for for months, a couple months. I had to stick, you run through those first 30, 40 sticks and you get better. All you got to do is keep trying and watch the people that are really good. Ask them for tips, all of them, dude. Anyone that's good, just kind of watch them. Like, what technique do you use? Oh, what stance, the lighting, how tight the tourniquet is, you know what I mean? Looking for veins on the wrist, on the hand, rotating the arm, learning what the vein feels like, a little spongy feeling to it. There's so many tips that I've picked up from a handful of people, to be honest with you, and I just got better and better, and I keep getting better. And that's the cool thing about it. And I'm still not the best, and yeah, that's it, man. Let's go to the next question. Career in MRI technology at international level. Which course is important or in demand? I don't know about the international level, man. Everybody has different requirements, I know in some European areas, you have to have a bachelor's degree. They're just more educated than we are in the States. Not everybody has a bachelor's. I have an AA degree, so this one is kind of tough. Maybe someone can answer that in the comments. All right, moving forward. I'm moving from outpatient to hospital. What should I expect? All right, that is a great question, and I can definitely answer that. I'll talk about my day at the hospital, a typical day. So I usually start my day 7 a.m. I come in and I'll have a stack of papers, of inpatients from the day before or, overnight, because I don't work overnight. We close up shop at 5:30. And so, yeah, I'll come in, and each of these papers, these requisitions, will have the patient's name, date of birth, all that stuff in the type of order, and it'll say which room they're in. It'll be like room 400. Another one will be room 505. And so they all have different rooms on them, okay? Some of them may say stat on them. Stat is the ones that you're going to have to do first. So what you do is you're going to have to call these rooms, right? And a nurse is going to be in charge of these patients, and you call each floor, each room, and you talk to the nurse, and you're like, hey, is this patient ready? Did they fill out the questionnaire? Do they have any implants? Are they on medication? Is it a wheelchair patient? Is it a gurney patient? and you kind of just get patients that way, you know. And then you may have some outpatients that are scheduled, and that's just kind of how it runs, you know. And to keep things short, so that and just expect that you're going to be working with nurses, and you're going to be working with more patients that are more in more critical condition. They're not going to be all walking in. They're all in gurneys or wheelchairs, and they can be in a lot of pain. And you'll be putting heart monitors on them and stuff like that, and you'll probably be scanning a lot of brains, a lot of people having strokes or MRCPs, people that have them in pain. So just a lot of that in the hospital. I can get really deep into it in another video, but just to expect that. It may take you an hour to put one patient on the table, you know what I mean? A lot of transferring, you know, you'll bring your table out in MRI, and you'll slide them from the gurney that they were, you know, were transferred onto your table. A lot of that. Hospitals tend to pay more as well. So I would say things are just more critical, man. In the outpatient, as you know, you're in the outpatient, it's busy, you're slammed. You have time slots. You don't really have time slots in a hospital. But I'll tell you this, that they want these patients to be done. You're going to be getting calls from, you know, at the hospital from the doctor saying, hey, we need this study done. So you got to do your best to try to stay on time. And what I learned is that communication is key. If you're not able to get to a patient, make sure you communicate that with the doctor and let them know what's going on. It can get a little overwhelming if you're getting a bunch of orders in. You don't know what you're doing. But yeah, so expect that. More critical condition patients in the hospital, working with nurses, putting heart monitors on them, you know, the EKG. And that's pretty much it, man. It's a lot of the same scans. And I think you'll do good. And yeah, let's get to the next one. Best study guide for the ART. One of the most common questions that I get. Best study guide. Well, I'm always going to go with MRIquiz.com. And no, they do not pay me, but I'm always shouting them out. MRIquiz.com. I think it worked for me. So, and MRI in Practice book is great. Definitely make flashcards of your weaknesses. Go for your weeks where you suck the most, and your weakness, whatever it is, you start there. Start at the weakest point and go hard, and you'll do good, man. You'll pass. Next question. I have a fear of needles. Will I make it as an MRI tech? Whoa. I don't know, man. You're going to have to get over that fear. We stick people. All of us, even in hospitals, you know, we all have to stick. So you're going to have to get over that fear. I don't see how you could make it as an MRI tech if you are in fear of needles. You can desensitize yourself. And I have some videos where I'm starting IVs, or my wife's starting an IV on me, and just watch videos like that, and you'll desensitize yourself to it. It's really nothing. I mean, it's all part of the game. It's all part of the medical field, and it's stuff that we have to do to save lives, man. You know, people need to get that gadolinium. So that contrast, right? All right, next question. Is it a rad tech's fault that the doctor did not sign their part of the consent form? Yeah, I think so. I mean, if the doctor was required to sign a consent and they didn't get it signed, I mean, yeah, they would have to take some responsibility too. But you know what they're going to say, oh, you're the last line of defense and you should have caught it. But the doctor should have signed it too. And I stand behind you on that one. Any beginner channels to learn about planning basic MRI exams? Yeah, let me look that up real quick. It's Bach Nguyen. He's great. Let me see if I can pull up his channel. Bach, he's good, man. But he's mostly on a Siemens magnet And yeah, that's his name, Bach Nguyen, Bacnguyen. He has so many videos about planning, and it's amazing YouTube channel. And it's a lot of semen stuff. You should check that out. It's hard for me to record. I can't record at work. I can't record the planning, especially now. I'm at a hospital. There is no way I'm gonna be able to film there ever. I doubt it. I have some old videos where I show you around my imaging center, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. I don't even want to try to ask them. I think it's not even worth it. Anyway, next question. Are you worried about AI? AI taking over MRI, taking over radiologists. What are we gonna do? I'm a little nervous because the scans are gonna get faster. 5 minutes. What does that mean? Outpatients are it's gonna be going crazy in the outpatient center, man. It's gonna be super busy. You're gonna get slammed. And even worse, you think it's better, but I think it's gonna be worse because look, we're gonna be working at home, but we're gonna be scanning on like 2 machines, same time, getting paid less. I'm not too excited about that. But this is what it is, man. Technology gets faster, it gets cheaper, and yeah, it's just what it is, man. We gotta keep up with the technology though, and figure out how can we benefit from this AI. AI is going to pick up a lot of things that the radiologists miss on the reports. And then AI is also going to help us optimize the scans, make it faster. So that's better for the patients, okay? It'll help us with the scan planning and stuff like that. So that's great. But really, I don't know how fast this stuff's going to develop. They already have some air coils on GE, and they're pretty quick. But I don't know. They still need us, man. You know what I mean? They still need a tech there for MRI, safety. So I think we're doing okay. And right now there's kind of a shortage of techs. So we need more techs. Another one, best study tool for ART. And like I said before, MRIquiz.com. Next one. Can someone with the armlet still have a chance to get hired? Yes, of course. Yes, definitely. The last outpatient center I was at accepts armlet. The hospital I'm at does not accept armlet, though. You're going to run into some trouble trying to work at a hospital with the armlet, So armlet is like ART is Coca-Cola. Armlet is Pepsi. It's like Pepsi's pretty good, but it's like I'd rather have a Coca-Cola. Radiology versus nursing in terms of choosing a career. I would say go with what best fits you. You know what I mean? Some people want a sports motorcycle. Some want a Harley. You know what I mean? Some like chocolate ice cream. Some like vanilla. Some like rollerblades. Some like skateboarding. You know what I mean? Some like basketball. Some like football. Some like both. I mean, you gotta choose what you want to do. I mean, what works for you? I thought I wanted to be a nurse, and I saw all the things they do. I saw the environment. I'm like, that's not for me. But it may be for you. We do need nurses, man. We need rad techs. I mean, both great careers though. Nursing does pay more in a lot of situations, right? Depending on where you work. But I know that there's a lot of opportunities for nurses, depending on where you go. And then, you can become a nurse practitioner. You can kind of move up and do some other things. But I would say really do some deep diving and research on what it really is. And then talk to an MRI tech. You can talk to me. Talk to a nurse. And really look into it if that's something you would like to do. They usually work, from what I see, they work 3 12-hour days. They have a lot of time off. Financially, I think they're all doing well. A lot of it seems like it's exciting, because it seems like a lot of things are going on. You know what I mean? They're all very knowledgeable. I think it would be a pretty cool job, to be honest with you. I think it could be stressful and tiring, but also rewarding. Um, I say it wasn't for me, but I think I could hang. I think I can hang. I think it would be in my top 5 choices of careers in the medical field for me, for sure. A lot of responsibility too, but it looks cool. It looks like a rewarding job. Shout out to the nurses. Next question. Is it worth it as a new grad to negotiate higher pay? If they ask you how much you want to get paid, yeah. I mean, aim a little higher. You know what I mean? Ask around, like, hey, how much you getting paid? How long you been here? Ask a little. Yeah, it does not hurt to ask. And if all you're working with all your students, if you're going to school with all these students and all you guys are graduating, getting jobs, stay in contact with them and be like, hey, how much are they paying you, dude? What is the range? Don't get lowballed, man. People getting lowballed. People are getting paid the same amount I got offered 7 years ago. They're getting the same amount. I'm like, how are you guys getting what I got 7 years ago when I started? That makes no sense. 0 sense, man. God, man. Okay, this one says, what fitness watches are MRI Tech friendly? Okay. With the 3T, I would be careful, hesitant to bring anything in 3T, but this is what I've seen. I don't wear a watch, but people do wear Fitbits, Apple watches, G-Shock watches, into the 1.5 all the time. There's a guy right now I work with all the time, man. Apple Watch. And there's another lady I worked with. She wore Apple Watch all the time in the 1.5 GE, and she never had a problem. Obviously don't stick your hand inside the machine, but if you're just kind of on the outside, I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be all right. All right, I'm going to check out some questions on my YouTube page, and we'll keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Let's see. A lot of people just asking about the test, how to study for the test. And my answer is always the same: MRI quiz, MRI in practice. I have a study guide, and I need to just leave this somewhere where you guys can all just download it. Everyone's hitting me up. All right, let's go through some of these. Yeah, let's see. People are asking about, like, how much can you make an MRI? It really depends on where you live, man. California, it's anywhere from $60,000 to $120,000. It's crazy, right? In the hospital, you should be making up there. In Cali, you should be making like at least $100K. I'm about to start college as a pre-radiology major. Any tips on schooling and being successful in my program? Same stuff I always say. Stay focused out there. Dedicate a lot of time. If you don't get it, just keep working on it. You'll get it eventually. Try to get a job at a radiology center, man, or in a hospital, and be around radiology, be in the medical field. Start learning. Any advice on accelerated school in San Diego, California for someone who already has an associate's degree and wants to become an MRI tech? Yeah, check out Casa Loma. that it's Casa Loma is in LA, so you will have to commute a little bit. But I know a lot of people who did that, and it worked out great because you only go once a week. Go for it. Travel, man. And there's actually another comment that said many people, including myself, come from San Diego. So carpool, do what you got to do. So I'm telling you guys, a small sacrifice will change your life. Let's see. Looking at some more questions. It's just a lot about schools, a lot about school stuff. The same questions, Let me see. I have a question. Do you need to work as an X-ray tech first to cross-train to MRI? No, you don't. I went to a school that was dedicated for MRI, and you got to make sure that it's certified by the ARRT or the ARMRIT. Let's see. Another one says, do you recommend rad tech or just going for MRI? If you have the opportunity, go ahead and go for that rad tech so you can get X-ray, MRI, and CT. That would be cool, Personally, I don't want to be an X-ray tech. I don't want to be a CT tech, so I passed on that. I don't want to be around that radiation. Let's see, anything else going on? Just checking, running through these questions real quick. People want to know where I live. What the heck? I think that's it. I'm going to wrap that up for now, guys. But, yeah, man, if you guys got any more questions, leave them in the comment below. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my channel. Check out my MRI Man Etsy store if you want to support me. I really appreciate that. Other than that, we out of here, man. Peace.